was the Holness Administration's plan all along to weaken Jamaica's Integrity Commission. In this expert political breakdown, we unpack the latest firestorm between the National Integrity Action (NIA) and the Government of Jamaica, from Everald Warmington's controversial recommendations to the Parliament's silence on MPs under investigation for illicit enrichment. This video reveals how Jamaica's democracy might be under attack from within. Subscribe for weekly deep dives into Jamaica's biggest political scandals, controversies, and power moves. Wait, did the Holness Administration actually have a master plan to cripple Jamaica's anti-corruption watchdog from the inside? By the end of this video, you'll understand why National Integrity Action is ringing the national alarm, and why you might be the last line of defense against a democracy on life support. If this isn't the death of accountability in Jamaica, then what is? Sound off below. What's really going on? Now, picture this. So here's the situation. The National Integrity Action, or NIA, isn't just whispering anymore. They are shouting that Parliament is allowing corruption to run wild, unchecked, and unbothered. And guess who they're pointing fingers at? Yep, Andrew Holness's administration. The real T, a government MP, Everald Warmington, yes, him again, recommended removing the Auditor General from the Integrity Commission. And guess what? The committee accepted it. Let's just say NIA is not amused. They called it a direct attack on transparency and good governance. Their words, not mine. And here's where it gets juicier. NIA also blasted a recommendation that would force the Integrity Commission to ask for permission from the very people it's investigating before getting third-party information. You heard me. The fox guarding the hen house is now demanding a hall pass. In other words, if you are going to my bank account, you have to give me heads up, say you want my bank statements and other relevant documents related to my bank account. And then me I go tell you, say, hold on then. Give me a month to get back to you so me can cover up my tracks, fix up my books, so me can cook the books. And after me done, fix up everything what me need to fix up, and you only can see my salary in my bank account, cause me clear out all of the illicit enrichment funds. Then me give the green light to check my bank account. But more importantly, don't make this go over your head. If you have to ask me for permission, that also means I can refuse, I can decline to give you permission, to give you access to my bank accounts. Because if you have to ask my permission, that means I mean I have to give you permission. It is now up to my discretion whether or not me want give you permission, and when me I go give you permission and access. You understand? So nothing about this don't sit well with me. Yeah, nothing about this no look good. This I go create and allow room for political corruption just run rampant. Should Jamaicans trust Parliament to police itself, or is it time for radical reform? Now let's talk plot twist, because apparently the opposition PNP voted against this move, saying the Auditor General should stay put. But Government Senator Marlon Morgan clapped back, saying, hold up, wasn't it the PNP 6 years ago who wanted her out? So apparently the JLP had dropped historical records as a point of reference in history. They say, well, but 6 years ago the PNP did say she left. Politics. So 6 years ago, that would be actually Peter Phillips as PNP party leader in opposition at the time. But politics keep memory. Politics keep receipts. That is why the JLP could have run, go dig up the file and say, but no, Peter Phillips and the PNP did a blast the said Auditor General and want her to be removed 6 years ago. In politics, anything you say can and will be used against you in the future. Ah yes, Jamaican politics, where today's villain is tomorrow's hero, and vice versa, depending on which way the polls swing. Meanwhile, NIA's Principal Director Daniel Archer couldn't be reached for comment, but the statement speaks volumes. They're calling out Parliament not just for what it's doing, but what it's not doing, like staying suspiciously silent on MPs under investigation for illicit enrichment. You don't know how you go already. Them have to protect them one another, so they must stay silent. Translation: y'all are shielding your own and pretending we can't see it. And honestly, can we? Which politician do you think is most afraid of a fully powered integrity commission? Drop names below in the comments. This isn't just political theater. This is about whether Jamaica can trust anyone to watch the Watchmen. NIA is basically begging Jamaicans to wake up before it's too late. Let's be honest. If the Integrity Commission loses teeth, we might as well hand out get out of jail free cards at Gordon House. So, was this the plan all along? To slowly weaken oversight, redefine transparency, cripple accountability, all while the people are too distracted to notice. Because here's the thing, this isn't the last move on the chessboard. There's another motion being drafted right now that could put even more power into the hands of the few. But that's a story for another video. They're literally weakening the only institution built to protect us from them. How is this not a national emergency? Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. MP Warmington recommends axing the Auditor General from the Integrity Commission. Parliament silent on MPs being investigated. PNP flip-flops and government claps back. NIA sounds national alarm. Integrity under siege. Jamaicans deserve better than this circus of corruption. Agree or disagree? Let's talk below in the comments. So, make we hear where Marlon Morgan have to say, because Morgan have the PNP on record from 2019 clearly stating that the Auditor General should be removed immediately. So, make we hear where Morgan have to say.
It is a fact and a matter of historical record, as confirmed by documented media reports, that the PNP convened a media conference in 2019 and called for a review of the membership of the Integrity Commission, while raising what it described as serious concerns about the inclusion of independent bodies such as the Auditor General's Department on the Integrity Commission, especially where they will have a role in crafting reports. The PNP's then objection to the Auditor General being on the Integrity Commission spawned headlines across media, one of which read, "Opposition calls for a review of Integrity Commission's composition."
Point of order, Marlon Morgan. Point of order. So since you say the PNP did a raise an alarm about the Auditor General since 2019, so why una never remove her then? Why all of a sudden she's an issue now? Make it make sense. Remember, the Integrity Commission Act was established in 2017 under the Holness Administration, and she was there from the inception. This woman was there on the board from the beginning. So how the Holness Administration never see say it was an issue then? Cause what them do now make no sense, you know. It makes absolutely zero sense. JLP says the PNP flip-flopped. PNP says the JLP is corrupt. Who's the real villain here?
The Jamaican people can be assured that when the PNP here in 2025 is pretending to raise alarm and objecting to a majority vote by the Joint Select Committee on the Integrity Commission, which which, quite frankly, that vote is consistent with what it had been lobbying for. This matter is not for the PNP about principle. It is about political expediency. The PNP, in our view, is simply being dishonest, unprincipled, and opportunistic, and is really just playing cheap politics in relation to a constitutional office such as the Auditor General's office.
If the Integrity Commission gets weakened, who's next? What's the end game here? Let's break it down in the comments below. So make we give some background and context on Mrs. Monroe Ellis. So she was appointed to the Integrity Commission and Commission for Prevention of Commission in 2008. Guess which government was in power 2008? She served both commissions until the merger of both to form Jamaica's new Integrity Commission, where she currently serves a commissioner. She is currently a member of the board of the Governor General of Jamaica Trust. So make we just leave it right there. So basically, Mrs. Pamela Monroe Ellis was appointed Auditor General of Jamaica in 2008. Guess which government did in power 2008? So basically, she has been on the board of the Integrity Commission since its inception. Do you think removing the Auditor General from the Integrity Commission is a step toward transparency or a cover-up? Let's reason below in the comments. So if Miss Pamela Monroe Ellis was appointed Auditor General in 2008 and the JLP won the 2007 general election, then guess who appointed her in the first place? Ding, 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 ding. Under the Bruce Golding-led JLP administration, ruling government of the day. So the PNP was in opposition when this lady got appointed. Now, the opposition don't have no power to appoint or recommend nobody that would even be worth considering. No ruling government will ever take no recommendation from their opposition. Never. Because anybody where your opposition are going to represent or recommend a happy their friend. We are going to be an ally to the opposition. So the JLP is making noise over nothing. This is just a big cover-up, and this is just a move and attempt to weaken and disempower the Integrity Commission. That's all it is. And this is a perfect little distraction at the same time by the government to take your mind off Dennis Strong and that FID appointment, because you realize the media shift focus from Dennis Strong completely to the government removing Pamela Monroe Ellis from the board of the Integrity Commission. Perfect distraction. Nobody now talk about Dennis Strong again. So the JLP is very crafty and good at actually playing political chess. Them know how to control the narrative and spin the political narrative. NIA is raising the alarm. But is anyone in power even listening? Or are they too busy protecting themselves? So, I see a lot of people create this big excitement about the Governor General and you must speak about the Integrity Commission and Ronnie Florence. Let me just break it down real quick for you. So, the Governor General has a right to step in on certain political issues or constitutional issues or legislative issues, which is authorized by Section 27 of the Constitution. The Governor General is more than just a representative. They act as a unifying figure, ensuring political impartiality and safeguarding the Jamaican Constitution. You see, the Governor General have both legislative and constitutional roles and responsibilities that he needs to carry out. Example, one of his constitutional responsibility is to appoint members of service commissions like the Integrity Commission. So that is a constitutional role and responsibility. Make we go over to his legislative roles and responsibilities. responsibility. The Governor General also appoints the members of commissions. Again, example, the Integrity Commission. So the mere fact that Ronif Lawrence appointment bypass the desk of the Governor General, so them bypass the formal process. It's just a formality that should have taken place, but no law was broken. You see me? It's just a ceremonial process we can do later on. So them never do nothing illegal or wrong when they bypass that little appointment process where we don't swear in and take the oath of office in front of the Governor General. He recently just do it, but he should have do it before he go in office. He should have been sworn in when he get the appointment, but them do it after. I don't know why. So under section 34 of the Integrity Commission Act, the Governor General may appoint statutory directors only upon receiving a formal recommendation from the Integrity Commission. Cool. And the Integrity Commission never do that. So this is what Sir Patrick Allen has to say. Sir Patrick emphasized that no such recommendation was made in the case of Lawrence's acting appointment. While the law is silent on acting appointments, Section 57 requires that anyone appointed, whether acting or substantive, must first take an oath of office administered by the Governor General before they begin to perform their duties, which they never do in the case of Lawrence. So this implies that the Commission should formally notify the Governor General of such acting appointments, said the Governor General. So there was no formal notification given to the GG. So just last week, the Governor General administered the oath of office to Ronif Lawrence, who was acting appointment in the Integrity Commission. And now the Governor General is urging lawmakers to create regulations under the Integrity Commission Act to clarify the process for acting appointments and close this legislative gap. And me never see the Governor General comment directly or indirectly about the Auditor General on the board of the Integrity Commission. He never said nothing pertaining to that. If you think this smells like a cover-up, like this video. If you want real accountability in Jamaica, subscribe. And if you want to hear what's being planned behind closed doors, watch this next video, because trust me, the next twist is even worse.